Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to reading for November 2022. You start off with this new moon card. It says a new start is coming. You also have this new moon eclipse card that says expect a powerful change. So this is showing up in your past position, your first row, which is going to represent your past. And I feel that there is clearly the funny thing is, is that I feel like this is coming in towards the end of the month at the next eclipse that we're about to have here in November. So even though this is showing up in your past, it's almost as if, it's kind of going to sound weird, but what I'm getting is that something is actually being eclipsed into your life. And I do feel it's attached to the past. But what I mean, this is like an inception reading, is how I'm seeing this. So I'm going to try to make it as clear as possible. But what I would say is it's almost as if maybe you've been single and you want love, right? So what's coming in is love. And clearly you've had love in the past. But it's like almost as if this reading is saying that you're revisiting something, but not like you think. It's not like an ex is coming back here. What I feel is that you're getting like a second chance at true love, for example. So that's what I mean by kind of eclipsing something into your life. And it's like a new situation, but it's definitely like an upgraded situation. I do feel your focus is going to be very important here this week, this entire month as well. You have the Nine of Pentacles to the Eight of Wands. And then even the Page of Swords, really. Page of Swords to me is like the detective in the tarot. He really kind of looks into situations. He really examines things and sees what's going on underneath of something, which you are a Scorpio. That is literally one of your superpowers, is being able to crawl under rocks, right? Being able to flip things over and really get into the nitty gritty, really getting into the details. And that's what I see here with the Nine of Pentacles. You have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Definitely could be a divine counterpart coming in for you here with these two cards. You even have the Four of Wands over here, which is marriage. Funny enough, you have this water card. I'm pretty sure you've been having like a water sign show up in your readings for a while. Could also be a Leo as well. I would definitely say it's not a Capricorn. For whatever reason, I'm like literally getting not Capricorn popping into my head. Is that going to be true for all of you? Of course, take it with a grain of salt. This is a general reading. You start off with the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like you're coming off of a very independent time. I feel like you've spent a lot of time on yourself, like caring for yourself, doing self-care. Maybe this is, some of you I feel are still kind of taking care of yourself, still doing self-care and all that other good stuff. So it's like you've been working on yourself. And maybe you've been having like a little bit of a glow up here, or you're starting to glow up. And that's what I see. I also see your focus being very important. Like I said, Eight of Wands, very quick movement. And I've said it to all three water signs that really Jupiter in Pisces plus Neptune in Pisces. Neptune in Pisces is already like manifestation on steroids. You add Jupiter to that and it's like bonkers, right? So I would like kind of keep track of your thoughts, try to keep them positive, because I do feel you're going to be manifesting very quickly. I do feel that you could be attracting another water sign. Take it how it resonates. Could be whatever gender you're attracted to. Again, doesn't matter. I do feel that you are the Queen of Cups in this reading. I also feel that you're embracing the King of Pentacles energy as well. So kind of like both mixed together. Like a little bit of Queen of Cups, a little bit of King of Pentacles here. That's your energy in the reading. That's what I feel intuitively. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. But I feel this is who you're attracting. I feel like this person is immovable. Literally the words that are popping into my head. I feel like they can't be shaken. Very interesting feeling. It's actually not even King of Cups energy necessarily that I'm picking up on here with this person. I think they're showing up as a King of Cups because I feel like they're a little adventurous. I feel like they have very deep emotions and very deep feelings as well. But I also feel like they're immovable. Like, they can't be changed. Like, if you go in trying to change this person, no, not going to happen. The interesting thing is I think this makes them very attractive to you because they say something and that's it. Like, their word is final, which I can't, in a positive way, I feel that can be very attractive. Again, I just feel like this is you right here. And by the way, if you're not looking for love, and even if you are, there's some sort of change in your home going on here. I have some cards that I call clue cards, and the King of Cups, to me, can be a clue of the home. It just represents the energy around us, and I feel some of you, and then on top of that, you have a snail on the Nine of Pentacles, which kind of represents your home, your environment. And so I feel it would be a great time if you're like thinking about rearranging things in your home or changing things. You never know how a change can make you feel. I always tell a story. Years ago, I was in an apartment. I couldn't sleep. I moved my bed, and I was like sleeping like a baby. So you never know how just like a tiny little change can totally change the energy in your home, or even this could be like in your office or your workspace, whatever. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Cups. I feel you're walking towards fulfillment. You're walking away from kind of just, being single. I feel like you're just ready to add another cup. It's just that simple. And the interesting thing is that there's like another way to read the Nine of Cups. And I know you don't have the Nine of Cups here, but that's what you're walking towards. We could read the Nine of Cups as him. He has those cups behind him. He could be like a barkeep, like he's giving those cups out, right? So I feel like you filled yourself back up is what this is saying here, Scorpio, because you're at this position now where you can give things freely, which is nice. With the King of Cups, you have the Devil. You could be meeting a person who has Capricorn in their chart. I would still be careful of anything, anyone who has toxic attachments. You're going to have to pay attention here to like people that are entering into your life. There could be people where they are clearly still attached to the past, for example. It's like maybe you're just on a date and you bring up exes and they start crying. Not a good sign, right? Just putting it out there. So, maybe something you want to pay attention to. With the Page of Cups here, the Queen of Cups, you have the King of Cups. Are you kidding? Very crazy when this happens to me. This is basically the universe saying I meant what I said, but, kind of like same, going this way. So for a lot of you, I feel this is kind of definitely a divine counterpart coming in for you. But for whatever reason, I do get the feeling that some of you, maybe you've dealt with like a false divine counterpart in the past, or a person who had some warning signs. And, I would just pay attention. Next, in the area of your present energy, you have this chameleon. It says act as if. I love this card. You also have this vulture. It says nothing is wasted. So the chameleon, I feel you just have to act as if you already have the things that you want. It's just that simple. And with the vulture, vultures are masters of conservation of energy. They don't waste time. They don't waste their energy. If you've ever seen a vulture flying around, it doesn't even flap its wings. It just soars around on the thermals. But when it sees food, then it starts flapping its wings. So I feel for a lot of you that you've actually been in this kind of energy of conserving your energy, soaring around. But there's something coming in that's going to get you flapping your wings, which is that Eight of Wands, and we're going to have to see what that's about. But you have the Eight of Wands, the Devil, and the Six of Pentacles. I feel it would be okay to kind of flap your wings a little bit, too, with the Six of Pentacles. You might have, see some opportunities in your life, and Six of Pentacles is my card of planting seeds. It says plant a couple seeds in, whatever area of your life you're trying to grow. Maybe you're trying to grow your business, or maybe you're trying to grow a relationship. This says plant some seeds and then wait for feedback. Wait to see what you get back from the situation. If you get something back, then, keep investing energy. If you don't, then stop, right? You have this Devil here. The Devil is tied to Saturn, and it is popping into my head as work. I don't really feel... again, I read intuitively, and I don't really feel this is anything toxic entering into your life. I would definitely pay attention, like I said, to anyone who has toxic traits. Might be something you want to avoid, clearly. But I'm kind of getting more work on this card. These people, they have these animal horns on their heads, and it kind of represents our animal baser instincts, maybe our root chakra instincts. So I feel like some of you have these like creative ideas, but I feel like they need to come up to your head. And I feel like I've said this to you before. It's like there needs to be some action or logic added to something, right? Right now, something is just kind of in the gestation phase of your life, and it could be a career idea, business idea, relationship idea. Take it how it resonates. Could be anything. But I feel like it's just an idea. And you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success, and I definitely feel that water signs in general need to understand that if something is going to work in your life, it's going to work very quickly. And I'm not talking about overnight here. It's like people keep leaving me comments saying, like, you said this was going to happen quickly, and it didn't happen the second I tried it. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, this is still real life. We still, like, things don't happen overnight. What I mean by quickly is it's like maybe in the past, something would take you like a year. Maybe this takes 3 months, maybe like a quarter of the time. Or again, like I always say, it's like, just because tarot says something is going to happen quickly doesn't mean there aren't going to be obstacles. So there might be some things you have to overcome, but this is life. Like, life isn't meant to be easy. So what I would say here is that this probably isn't going to be something that happens overnight, but if something is meant for you, it's going to work. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Two of Cups. Yeah, something is being divinely guided into your life is what I feel here. The Two of Cups could be a love, and there's definitely plenty of love here. So, I mean, do we need to beat a dead horse? Probably not. But, the Two of Cups can also represent you and your higher self. And it represents communication between you and your higher self. You have the Staff of Hermes right here. So I feel like you've been communicating maybe through your dreams or your daydreams. The interesting thing is that these two people are meant to look very different. So I feel for some of you, if you are hesitating, I get just like a teeny little bit of hesitation energy on like, do I go talk to this person? Do I start this business? I feel this is saying maybe you're hesitating because it's like a little bit different than how you saw your life going. That might be where the hesitation is. And I feel like this is saying try it because it's going to be really good for you. With the Devil, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Someone's trying to maintain their independence here. It's kind of like a weird reading. I don't know if it's you or them, so take it how it resonates. And what I would say is someone, like I don't think it's toxic, right, to maintain your independence, but maybe someone needs to open up here. And again, obviously, if it's the other person, then you're not going to be able to, you can't control another person. But if it's you, I would give a little bit. Knight of Pentacles, she has these 3 pentacles off to her side here. And that represents like what she is willing to give to any situation. She's willing to give 3 pentacles, and she keeps 6 to herself. So maybe, this is saying that if you want love, just open up a little bit and give a little bit and see if they return the favor with the 6 of Pentacles. Let's see. 6 of Pentacles, you have the 4 of Cups. I feel like you've maybe gotten too used to, unequal give and take, right? Where a person, you enter into a relationship, you give, and they don't give at all, period. What I'm wondering is if you're attracting a person who has had a very similar experience. It's like you, devil, them, devil. But I feel like it's 2 people. It's like almost like you're attracting a person who has had a very similar experience to you. For others of you, 4 Cups has been coming up a lot recently. I kind of wonder if people are just kind of at that point where they're saying to themselves, is this as good as life can get? It's like we're starting to ask that question, like, when are things going to start improving? So I feel like you're kind of questioning the improvements, or if there can be improvements in your life. And I'm here to tell you right away, yes, there can be improvements. In the future, in your future position, you have the Spirit card. It says unseen forces watch over you. Pisces have the same card. You have this Water card. It says emotions are at their peak. King of Cups twice. I like the King of Cups personally for the most part, but he can be a little bit emotional. So if you're feeling emotional, or if you're feeling like your emotions are controlling you in some way, I would just be very careful of allowing your emotions to control you. I would try to take control over your emotions. And there might be certain things that you can do, or that you already do, that kind of help you balance your emotions. I would definitely do that here. But again, we already know that Spirit is working with you because of that 2 of Cups. You have the Page of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands here. So some of you, clearly, there could be marriage in your future if you want to get married. Really, I see the 4 of Wands as a card of freedom, and that makes perfect sense to me. As I always say, we have Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus has a major focus on freedom or being set free. It's like Uranus and Taurus wants us to have quality experiences in life. This could be any type of experience. So if we're not having quality experiences, then Uranus and Taurus can kind of shake things up, right? And make us rebel against the things that steal our freedom. And that means something different to everyone. But again, I feel you're kind of wrapping things up. This is a card of completion. And, it is a card of marriage, but it is a card of completion as well. And I feel like you're kind of ending things that no longer serve you. Here's Taurus right here, King of Pentacles. So I do feel like this is what you want. I feel like a little bit of playing it safe energy here. I would say like if you're choosing people in love just because they're safe, that might not be the right answer for you. That might not be necessarily a good thing. It's like sometimes I think we pick the same type of person because we know what we're going to get with that person, and maybe it feels kind of like safe to us, even though we know they're just going to leave us in 6 months or a year or whatever, right? So I feel like this is asking you to take a little bit of a risk, for sure, in the future. And I also feel that, again, if you're attracting this King of Cups type person, that they are very safe, but maybe in a different way. You have this Page of Swords. I would encourage you to look underneath things. I wouldn't accept anything at face value. I always say I don't trust anything under Neptune and Pisces, period. I've been saying this since like 2016, that Neptune and Pisces, I do not trust anything, period, that happens in the news, in the world, pretty much anything in my personal life, right? That doesn't mean I'm a paranoid freak about it, but it's like what I do, and again, what it is I look into things, right? I get the evidence. I don't just accept things that enter into my life. That includes people, places, or things. I really look into it, right? And so I kind of feel this is encouraging you to kind of gather the evidence for something. Can we get more detail on like what that is? Page of Swords, Page of Cups, love. yeah, I mean, if someone's entering into your life, get the evidence. Clearly, really good love reading here, Scorpio. I know I always say I don't do love readings, but really I do whatever comes up. And love is showing up here. It's not like I'm like pulling this out of my ass, right? It's like, look at all these love cards. Are you kidding? So definitely for those of you that want love. The Page of Cups, this could also be a challenge, I feel, because he has this fish in this cup. And I always say he's imagining that fish. It might not exist. So I feel for some of you, it's like a challenge from the universe that's saying, can you create your dreams? You know, the fish is something he's imagining. It is something that he is dreaming of. And I almost feel like the universe is saying to you, like, hey, can you manifest one of your dreams on Earth? But it's like a challenge. It's a challenge to do it. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups. Definitely a celebration coming in for you. 3 Cups, 4 Wands. Both cards represent happiness, celebrations. You know, if you want love, I'd be getting out there and socializing with this energy. And, you know, again, people always say, you have to get out there and socialize. I'm like, yes, believe it or not, how else are you going to find love? You're not going to find it sitting on your couch. It's not going to happen. So get out into the world. With the 4 Wands, you have the 9 of Cups. Didn't we talk about this? I feel like you're getting your 9 of Cups. Plain and simple. I mean, we talked about this at the beginning of the reading right here. I said that you have learned how to fulfill yourself. And look, I said that you'd be giving out a cup. You might be the one that is giving your cup to another person. So I'd say if you have your eye on someone, or someone has their eye on you with the Page of Swords, and it is a secret admirer with the Page of Cups, but again, you might be the secret admirer here, Scorpio. I say go for it because I feel like this is true love and definitely a celebration coming in for you as well. It's kind of funny that I said second chance at the beginning of the reading. You know, 3 of Cups can represent a reunion. Again, I don't think this is an ex coming back or anything like that, but I do get these like second chance vibes from your reading, but it's more in the sense that you're kind of revisiting something you've wanted. You actually have 3 cards here. I didn't even realize. This is your outcome, by the way. You have this Wolf card that says cunning and stealth. You have this House card. Boom. I said house on the King of Cups. It says relocation, home. There you go. You also have this turtle. It says slowness and protection. I would definitely take your time in pretty much anything that you're getting involved in. Again, if you're wondering, like, what speed should I be going at, 6 of Pentacles is your answer. I know I say it all the time, but to me, justice is the answer to the next 10 years at least. So you might be saying to yourself, what the hell does that mean? Well, it means that if you're entering into anything, business, job, relationship, career, building a deck in your backyard, when you put energy in, what do you get out? And your speed should match that. Meaning, if you put energy into a relationship and the person returns the energy rather quickly, then maybe you can speed it up a little bit, right? And then you can start building speed from there. If they don't, maybe you need to slow it down, right? Pull your energy back a little bit. And we're not playing games here. This is not, I want to make it very clear that, especially in relationships, that you're not playing some sort of game with this person. You're just matching energy, and then they'll match the energy. And, again, and by the way, if they stop putting in energy, that is your clue to leave, by the way. But what I would say here is as long as you're doing that, then you'll never go too fast. You'll never go too slow. You'll always be going just right. You have the 9 of Wands, the Strength card, and the 5 of Cups as your outcome. Pretty weird outcome. 5 of Cups is a card of disappointments and sadness. We're going to have to look into this. At the same time, I'm wondering if just something from the past no longer does it for you. He's crying over spilt wine here because he no longer enjoys the taste for wine. But if he turns around and he sees these 2 cups, he gets this bridge in this castle, as I always say. So I feel for a lot of you, there's actually a lot of fulfillment coming in for you, but you might have to let go of something that you once enjoyed, right? If you asked 12-year-old me, right? 12-year-old me, I remember I was sitting on the bus one time with this kid. We were playing Pokemon, right, on our Game Boys, and I was like, I don't care. Even when I'm 40, I'm going to be playing Pokemon. Well, guess what? It's I'm 34 now. I haven't touched Pokemon since I was 13 years old. So that was a lie. I no longer enjoy Pokemon, right? And so I feel for a lot of you that some of you, there's something in your life that you no longer enjoy. Maybe it brings you a little sadness because you're like, I used to enjoy that. But you're maturing. You're moving on to bigger and better things in your life. Strength is kind of like a card of control. It is the card of soft control in the tarot, meaning that she's not kind of really taking control. The Chariot is a card of hard control. She's controlling what she can control, which is herself. That lion represents her inner voice, her inner demon, her inner critic. And you can see that it has its tail between its legs. So it's submitting to her. And then you have the 9 of Wands here. 9 of Wands is about putting up boundaries. Again, I do get a feeling of kind of needing to open up a little bit here in love. I would also say that this is an amazing card of experimentation. We're going to have, to me, we're entering into the age of Aquarius. I think we all should be experimenting, trying new things. because that's where it's at. That's where the success is going to be. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles, especially in work. I mean, again, just look at my channel. I do like 900 experiments a day. So, and I think the results speak for themselves, right? So, not trying to brag. I'm just saying I do this stuff. So, I would be putting in the work. You have the Eight of Pentacles. I also feel what's important here is it's like, sometimes I think we waste a lot of time doing things that don't work, right? And I feel this Eight of Pentacles is saying, what carries the most weight? It's kind of funny that's popping into my head as weight, meaning like what activities do you do in work and business that move the needle forward, that get you more success? That's where I'd be putting my energy if I were you. But definitely could be a very positive financial outcome as well. With the Strength card, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. Weird that almost every single person has ended with the Two of Pentacles. So clearly there could be like a little bit more of a serious energy going on, and the universe is like, hey, you need more play. Part of me feels like this is actually a pretty good month and compared to what we've been through. And so I feel that if you're working, for example, and you're making more money because the energy's better, that you're only going to want to work. But I feel this is saying, don't do that because you're going to burn yourself out. With the Five of Cups, you have the Hierophant. I'm wondering if there's some sort of disappointment in what you thought something could be. The Hierophant can represent our morals, kind of our ethics, our traditions, right? And maybe you feel like there's something that you're not going to be able to have with a person, in love, basically. I don't think that's true. I feel like what you're moving towards is something so much better. So that's that, Scorpio. Pretty good reading. I'm going to pull 3 cards now. I'm going to just answer one question. So feel free to pause this reading, and I'm going to answer one question with these 3 cards. If you don't have a question, that's fine too. I'm going to put them all together, and we're just going to do kind of like a personalish reading at the end. So pause now, or forever hold your peace. You have the King of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you don't know that things can get better. King of Swords, Two of Swords is like, she's sitting where she has always been on the Two of Swords. And there's that new island behind her. As I always say, she needs to go to that new island. There's new stuff over there. It's like, what are you waiting for? Knight of Pentacles, start planting seeds. Six of Pentacles in your reading, and you will be successful. Didn't really answer a question, but I feel this is tied into the reading here, and it's just kind of like saying, start planting seeds, even if they're tiny little seeds, and you will be successful. Really interesting reading. I love this. Definitely something new. Again, I would pay attention around the time of the eclipse towards the end of the month. I don't think it's like exact. That's why I'm saying around that time, because I kind of feel there could be some really, really powerful changes, as that card literally says, expect powerful changes. So I feel like there could be some major powerful changes towards the end of the month. But again, the whole month looks great. So thank you for being here, Scorpio. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.